Hey guys, I know it's been a while. This is actually the second time I'm recording this video. First time I did it, for some reason, my GoPro, when it was on wireless, so I could control it with my phone off to the side, it was making this weird helicopter thumping kind of noise. So I have to redo this. But on the plus side, now I know what I'm going to say. So today, excuse me, we're here to review these guys. Well, not these guys, but these guys. So basically, if you haven't seen any of my two other videos, I do reviews of video game props and replicas and things like that. So today I'm going to be talking about the Psycho mask and buzzsaw from Borderlands. Both the original, the second, the pre-sequel, all those. If you haven't played the Borderlands series, basically, long story short of it is that you play a vault hunter. You're looking for these this vault in particular that's supposed to have all like the most powerful weapons in the world, and treasures beyond measure and things like that. And so basically, this is the mask and I'd say one of the weapons, maybe not the primary, but one of the weapons of these guys. These are the Psychos, as they're known. I don't have the little buzzsaw axe for this guy, but that's the mask. Oops, there we go. So anyway, so that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, before I go any further, I'd like to say thank you for watching, and thank you for all of those of you who have subscribed, all 156 of you. I say that just in case this channel ever takes off. It's good to know how many I had back in the day. Anyway, so these guys, these props, I got from the Think Geek store in the Palisades Mall in southern New York. Now, I haven't seen any of them in the other Think Geek stores that I've been to, be it the one in the Braintree Mall in Braintree, Massachusetts, or the mall at the Think Geek store at the Crossgates Mall. Haven't seen them in store, so if you're looking to get these, my recommendation is look for them online somewhere. So we're going to start with this guy, the mask. Now, I have several masks in my collection. This one, it's a good one. I certainly wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's certainly a unique mask. So it doesn't, as you saw in this little figure here, the eyes on these guys are, they glow in the game. So obviously the way that they did it with this mask is on the back side here, you got a little battery compartment and two little LEDs there. So what's neat about that is you'd think, oh, well, if I'm wearing it, aren't my eyes right here and you won't be able to see where you're going? Not really. My eyes, I've got a relatively large head, so your mileage may vary. My eyes sit just below these little LEDs here. So it allows me to see where I'm going and still gives you this really cool effect. Now, the material that this is, I'm not 100% sure what it is. It's a plastic, a very firm, I have to say, very, very firm plastic. This inner plastic here, not quite so much, but, it doesn't really make any difference. I will say, though, that while the outside looks phenomenal in this cel-shaded, sort of grungy, dirty appearance, the inside, not quite so much. If you can see here, there's a little plastic drip around here, up along on the inside and down here. But the plus side with that is that's not what you being the person on the outside of the mask, that's not what you're going to be seeing. You're going to be seeing this side, so it looks fantastic from the outside. Now, it does take 2 AAA batteries. Couldn't tell you how long these last. Certainly, if you're going to be cosplaying or leaving on a shelf to show people, these will stay on nice and bright for a good long time. They're 2 little LEDs. They don't draw that much power. Now this guy, on the other hand, these did come together. In fact, I'll pull out the box here. It's rather large, so forgive me if I don't get all of it in frame. Now this is themed off of Borderlands 2, and you can tell 2 ways. One, in the original Borderlands, the Psycho only had 1 finger gun to his chin, and the second one he has 2 for obvious reasons. that, and also says Borderlands 2 right there. Now this, the website on the box is Chronicle Collectibles. Again, kind of hard to get it in frame without knocking something off the table. ChronicleCollectibles.com. I have to admit, it's been quite a while since I've been to that website, so I don't know exactly what they have in terms of products. Now for the next piece, and the bigger of the two, is the buzzsaw axe. Now this guy, very, very solid. It's all one piece with the exception of the buzzsaw here, which spins quite well and very quietly too. Not that it really makes any difference. This is not motorized in any way, so that's just a free spinning axe. But you know, if you're posing for it or using it for cosplay purposes, you know, it doesn't really matter. Now, one thing I do have to say about this is while this is all one solid piece of plastic, these little spikes here and the one here at the end of the handle, they were just glued into place. I've had this one and this one come out on me, but it's just a simple thing of putting a drop of crazy glue or Gorilla Glue down in there and sticking them in. I have to say that it is a fantastic replica. It's got good weight to it. It's certainly something you could easily run around with all day long if you were, you know, planning on doing that. This end is particularly pointy, so I would just be mindful of that if you were going to be swinging it around for, you know, a video or whatever. Just don't poke yourself because that will hurt. Now, one thing I have to say is all these weathering effects are incredible. I think it's fantastic the way that they've made this look sort of rusty and you know, a little bit of weathering up here in the nooks and crannies. I know a lot of collectors like to buy things like that and just immediately weather them. I'm kind of two minds of that. I have some other replicas that, you know, look brand new, like, you know, in game, sure, they look all used and worn, but they're brand new, nice and shiny and clean, and maybe one day I'll do a review on those guys. But this, you can definitely tell here, you know, it looks like somebody's been holding this spot and it's worn out the paint, and you got all the little, you know, right along in there, you got all the little grease and gunk and stuff, and it does look absolutely fantastic. I will warn you again, if anybody ever wants to buy this handle here, I guess in game normally they pull it down and it would spin the axe, or not the axe, I'm sorry, but the buzzsaw, something along those lines. This is just plastic. So I would not be putting any kind of force on that. Down here it's fine and sturdy, you can squeeze it real good. Up here, very, very flimsy. But, you know, again, if you're either leaving it on the wall for a wall hanger, or you're interested in cosplaying, you know, if you can pull that look off, more credit to you. I have seen it done even with the cell shaded sort of clothing. It's very impressive when done correctly. But again, you know, if you're using it for cosplay, just bear in mind that's one place that can get bent out of shape or broken or what have you. Now, just a quick word, since I'm sure somebody is going to ask about these two loot boxes. This was from the Borderlands Collector's Edition, and this was not. This was a, again, ThinkGeek, which I highly recommend their website. I love to buy stuff from them, and in fact, I have two replicas are coming out by them in the middle of the month. I don't have the exact date on hand, but I highly recommend checking them out. They don't primarily do props and replicas and stuff, but you know, they do carry them from time to time. But anyway, so this was the Borderlands, the first one, Collector's Edition, and this was the gold, if I remember correctly, called the Golden Loot Box. Basically, what this does, or what it did, is you had a hat from was it Torg? I think it was Torg, one of the in-game gun manufacturers. So you got a hat, you got some cards for different weapons that also had a code on them for the PC, PS4, I think it was at the time, the Xbox, that you could get those weapons in game, and it came with a set of pins as well, which are very, very nice. I won't really go into too much detail about those guys because they're not really from a game. I prefer to focus on things actually physically from the game, such as this bobblehead here. This is from the Collector's Edition. This is Marcus. In case you haven't played the game, this is Marcus, the main weapon dealer. He came in a cool little cardboard box that looked like his vending machines that you buy ammo out of. So yeah, basically I just, you know, these guys sit on my shelf with a bunch of my other collectibles, and this one's kind of neat because you've got a battery down in there, and you got this little temporary switch. So when you close this up, it's green, just as it would be in the game, and then when you go up to it with the golden key, it opens up, and again, in game, this whole thing opens wide, and you've got different sorts of weapons and grenades and stuff sitting on there. So yeah, these are just merely set pieces, nothing particularly fascinating about them. But yeah, so that's about it. I know this video was a little shorter. I'm hoping to get more videos out. I have quite a few props and replicas that I can review, and you know, I want to just take this quick moment. If you've stuck around this long, thank you for watching, and I'd also like to thank all you folks who have subscribed to my channel. Originally, I made my first video was about the Gary's Mod tool gun, which if you look at my playlist, it's there somewhere. I made that one simply because I had never seen any other video on it, and I go into more detail in that video, but I just kind of wanted to put that one up there, and it had a really good feedback. And then I moved on to my my Pip-Boy from Fallout 4 Collector's Edition, and I have the Pip-Boy from Fallout 76. Say what you will about the game, the Pip-Boy itself is kind of cool. I might do that review later, but I've got a lot of other things I want to do too. So again, just thank you to all those people who you know, who subscribed and gave me good feedback, and you know, asked questions. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this too, and I will see you in another video. Take care.